So that could be a factor. So some literature says maybe that's it. Maybe the dot-com boom encouraged people to go into finance and economics, and that made it artificially high. Maybe we're stepping back when our economy's in a recession. Economics doesn't sound like a very popular area, so maybe it goes down. One interesting study I read was there seems to be a national Freakonomics effect. Have you heard of the book Freakonomics? More than one article, and like very credible authors. So there seems to be this response to a popular bestseller econ typed book that actually has a national push upward of econ majors. I don't know. We haven't noticed that at ISU. I don't know. Has anybody read Freakonomics?
We need that as the fall read.
What?
We need that as the fall read.
Yeah, maybe that. Yeah, it is.
But excellent. I don't know if they've talked about the gender effect of Freakonomics on the other hand, right?
No,
that would be interesting. Next article.
Yeah. I'll put that on the to-do list.
Some camaraderie, some professional development, some ways to deal with some of the issues that they were facing in their classes, some discriminatory issues in a positive way. And so they decided to get together, and we had several females at the time that were fairly organized and involved in campus activities, and so they were very interested in starting an organization. So we decided to start Females in Technology, and we looked at all the research, we looked at different things we wanted to do. We wanted to accomplish several things. We wanted to have some professional development opportunities. The girls were very interested in finding ways to address issues in a male-dominated profession, because they were all going into male-dominated professions, ways to deal with issues that might come up in a positive way in the workplace, ways to deal with their male counterparts in the classroom in a positive way. They also wanted some professional development to look at what other females in industry were doing. It's nice to have the female role models because they want to see people that look like them, but they also need to have people in their lives, in the high schools, in their families and so forth, that are encouraging them to go into a field that is not predominantly female or that is predominantly male. So, with that in mind, we looked at how can we show more females in our college when we don't have very many females in our college. So we looked at bringing in alums, professional women, and so we try to do different kinds of activities that bring them on campus and let our students see them and interact with them, as well as bringing the high school students in. Another thing we did is we decided we needed to go out and talk with elementary and middle school students as well as the high school. So this group of females in technology actually designed several different activities that they could do, problem-solving kinds of activities that they could go out and do in the classroom and connect that to the students' curriculum in science, math, technology.
I just needed Females in Technology, and I've been there ever since. One thing that's really helped me with Females in Technology is my leadership. My sophomore year I was treasurer, last year I was president, now I'm vice president, which helped me gain confidence to go out on other activities like construction club. I'm secretary now, and I'm also, I was secretary in my sorority, so that's been helpful. And it's been nice to have a group of girls to kind of go and talk to, and I mean, I've been lucky. I haven't had any bad experiences in any of my construction classes. All the guys that I know have been treating me the same, so that's good. But I know some of the girls have had problems, and it's nice that we can all get together and kind of share and work through it together. And I also like the outreach. Like, I've worked with elementary students and middle school, high schoolers. I've been to 3 different high schools in the past 2 weeks, talking with them, trying to get them to come to our conference. So, and we've been to other conferences. Like, we went to IUPUI, and we had professional speakers come in. So networking in general is a big part of what we do.
Technology fields, when they graduate, many of them are involved with quality. Many of them are involved in training. Many are involved with making problems or making team problem-solving work. So they're really using a lot of those interrelational skills to pull people together to make problems work, but they also have to understand the technology behind it. One of the interesting things that I thought came out of this as well, and this is sort of a question I've been pondering a little, 18% of computer and information science undergraduate degrees in 2008, as opposed to 37% in 1984. So our number of women going into computer and science, the computer science fields is actually dropping over the last 20 years, or 10, 15 years. But yet that trend in the other areas, all the other areas of technology and engineering, that they're actually starting to grow. So there's several things out there that they're looking at, and I look for lots of research to come out of AAUW, as well as the Society of Women in Engineering has a lot of.
I know that I have in my class have added more algebra into even principles level courses, and I do seem to see, I'm trying to observe as I'm teaching, and the females do seem to be responding more. So, yeah, I think that's
and you might even attract more males, right? So if it's about thinking differently, that is not necessarily attracting more females, but just attracting people who would approach the problem, the study, the discipline in a different way, or would understand it if you approached it in a different way. You might attract a different group. Period.
One study showed that 84% of professors use chalk and talk, just lecture, as their only teaching strategy of econ professors. And if that does not appeal to women on average, then you're already shutting them off.